Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Back to the Basics. You know what? This is weird actually, not waiting a whole week for a new episode. What is this? What is this, huh? What is this with me and making videos like this? Oh my god, consistent schedule? What is this? Oh my god, everybody breathe, because today we're going to be talking about music. This is going to be fun, so strap in. So as always, let's begin by asking ourselves, what is music? It is a structure of melodies, rhythm, tempo, and everything else in between to create to provoke an emotion from the listener and to express how the artist itself or themselves are feeling within said piece. So there are many genres of music, but the most popular ones are pop, indie, rock, African, R&B, hip hop, and there's so many like mixed genres as well. So you got indie rock, indie pop, you got African American, Latino music. Every single piece of music is beautiful in my opinion. There's always a piece of music out there for somebody, and if people feel like there isn't a song for them, they often like write about it or compose a song. And honestly, I think that's like really cool how people can like do that, because it's just great. I think music is just a big. I'd say music is a really big part of who I am as a person. It's kind of. Well, I wouldn't say it's made me into the person that it is today, but it's kind of helped me realize how important music is. So, whenever I'm listening to music, i.e., if I'm listening to Lovejoy, or if I'm listening to Mama Lion Sign Reflex, they make me real. They're kind of what helps me. Like if I'm feeling sad and I need a way to like cry to music, that's the ideal music to cry to. Mama Lion Sign Reflex and Your City Gave Me Asthma, because I really understand the feelings that said composer is trying to express, and I just think it's a beautiful album. Really, how it's saying I wasn't as good as you wanted me to be, and I'm sorry, but I'm just scared of people leaving me, and I'm kind of tired. I completely understand how that feels, to be honest. But then you get more positive music, so i.e. Warsaw and Model Buses from Lovejoy. Those are a few of my favourite songs. More about like the melody and how upbeat it is, and it's really weird how like you get a fast tempo and you got like a really up-paced beat, and it can make you feel really good about yourself. And then you got like songs with more of a bit more of a slower melody, and it makes you a bit more sad because you realize, oh shit, yeah, that's sad. This is making me feel sad. Like a good example would be, I don't know, I say slow paced music, but I'd say a good example would be Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, Hamilton's song. Um, that's more like saying what happened at the end of Hamilton's life, uh, how he was feeling, and I just honestly think it was like really good. Uh, I went to see the play myself actually. I think it was 2-3 years back with my first foster carer, and it was lovely there. Actually, it was really beautiful, and it was really gorgeous. It was absolutely incredible. But um, yeah, I'm just really happy to have music in my life. Really, it's just such a powerful thing to have for yourself. And I take music as GCSE. Right now, we are composing a song, and what I'm doing, and I'm really excited to share it with you all. I'm making a song about what it's like to be neurodivergent in a world where I grew up to thinking I was just neurotypical, but I was neurotypical, but thinking there was just something wrong with me. I always knew there was. I remember when I was diagnosed with being on the ADHD spectrum, I was like, you know what, that makes a lot of sense actually. You know, that explains all the weird stuff in my brain. But really happy I got a diagnosis, and now I can finally like. I saw a post about it like years ago, and I remember thinking I think that way as well. And I spoke to doctors, and they're like, "Nah, you're just neurotypical. You're neurotypical. You're just a bit a bit weird or just a bit odd in the head." And then I got diagnosed by a doctor like years and years later. I'm like, "Hey, and it was like a normal checkup, and then they were like, yeah, so you're on the ADHD spectrum." I'm like, really? And they said, yeah, you got inattentive ADHD, or in their case, ADD, as they say. So, yeah, fun. But yeah, And then I got home and I remember listening to so much music about what it's like living in a world where people say you're one thing and then you realise you're actually something else. And it's just kind of weird, really, that I grew up, because in my old care placement, feeling that way, and it wasn't fun, really, to be honest. But moving past the negative emotions, this is supposed to be a positive episode for all you beautiful, gorgeous, lovely people out there. Music, yeah, I think at the end of the day, as I always say, that's my catchphrase actually. If you got a song that you love and it's for you, definitely listen to it. It doesn't matter if people say it's made from a problematic artist. It doesn't matter if it makes you feel good and it's not promoting anything bad, I don't know, like self-harm or taking drugs or anything like that, then you listen to it, you know? Don't listen to what people say. It's like when people say, I want to listen to Wilbur, but I'm really scared because of what people will say about me. My advice to you is probably like, make a private account and then don't tell anybody you've got the account unless you know they're going to be okay with it. And then you can still listen to it because you're still giving him like the money and such, but people just don't know. But the thing is, like, when people say they're afraid of Wilbur, I do get where they're coming from actually, because like obviously people say, oh, he's a problematic artist, this, when really there's been people that have been proven to do a lot worse, whereas at this stage it's only been accusations at this point. And there's been people have spent so many hours of their lives making documentaries breaking down why it wasn't accurate, which I really admire them for, and I'm very proud to say that I was one of those people that made a whole document defending him as well. But yeah, moving on from that, I think music is just a very awesome thing, to be honest, and it can definitely bring back childhood memories as well. Like if you're sat, I don't know, like if you're at the beach and you've got some music in the background, or like I remember one of my childhood memories actually was going to Fantasy Island, which is a place near where I live, and it just had so much music going on in the speakers. And I remember going there, like standing on the poles, like eating ice cream and such. And I remember again when I went to see Lovejoy, that's a core memory for me as well, even though that happened months ago. That's a part of me that will always thrive within my heart, I believe. And then obviously when I went to see Hamilton as well, learning about an American founding father that's doing a better job than the orange prick that's controlling America right now, it was amazing, really. Honestly, whenever I hear music, I'm just like, this is me, this is a part of who I am. Music is who I am. It makes me into the man I am today, you know. And it's just, I think it's just such an incredible thing, really. Music is just so powerful and inspiring, and there's so many artists out there that have inspired other artists. So like Wilbur, he's inspiring me, not just with music, but he's inspired me to take geography as well, GCSE, and now I'm on a pass. Thank you for that, Wilbur, by the way. But he's my idol musician, he is, and that kind of relates back to my previous episode when I was talking briefly about idols and who they were. But yeah, Wilbur's music is like, it's talking about how he's feeling instead of just putting on a front for everybody else. I think that's the bravest thing anybody can do, really. And I think if you could be upfront and honest about yourself and what you like and what you enjoy and what you don't like, then people can respect you because you've got like a clear boundary of what you want, but you've also got the idea of wanting things and not wanting things as well. And I think that's one of the most amazing things people could do, honestly. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, except if you like music and it's not promoting anything bad, then listen to it. As always, this has been Back to the Basics. I've taken you back to the basics. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. If you do enjoy this, I know I might sound like every YouTuber here, but consider sharing it with people. You know, I'd love for more people to be in the basic community. You know, it'd be lovely to like have so many of you here, like, with me on this journey as well. I don't know where this is gonna go. You know, I had a dream last night actually, as another note, that I was on the Shut Up I'm Talking podcast. I know it's never gonna happen. I know it's really far-fetched as well, but that would just be such an amazing thing, really. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Really happy to get this recorded. I might even do a few more tonight actually. And yeah, bye guys, bye.